The CEO, because he loved his wife so much, made an extreme decision. Anyone who had touched his wife, he would cut off their fingers and send these fingers to her as gifts. In his world, his wife belonged only to him. One day, his mother-in-law asked the woman to cut her steak. The next second, the CEO stabbed a knife in front of her stepmother. If his mother-in-law had been a little slower, she would have met God. From that day on, his mother-in-law never dared to speak ill of his wife again. Outsiders thought the CEO was a crazy protector of his wife, but only the wife knew. This obsessive love had made her consider suicide countless times, until one day, she finally found a chance to escape. Her sister helped her get away, but the next second, she rushed to find the CEO, telling him that the woman was about to jump into the sea. The CEO quickly arrived at the seaside, only to see his wife standing on the edge of a cliff. His wife coldly said, only her departure could end all of this. And so, he watched helplessly as his wife jumped from the 100-meter cliff. To find his wife, he rushed into the sea without hesitation, but after searching for a long time, he found nothing. Little did he know, his wife had already escaped to the shore. Since no body was found, he ordered all exits to be sealed, vowing to find her. The woman, meanwhile, realized her husband was still chasing her, getting closer and closer, which terrified her, so she quickened her pace and stopped a car in the middle of the road. Thus, the CEO missed her. He never expected. His wife had already gotten into the car and run away. The reason her sister helped her escape was because she had already fallen in love with her stepbrother. She knew that once her sister was gone, she would take her place. Later, the woman followed the man to his home. Seeing the walls full of medical patterns, she realized the man who saved her was actually a plastic surgeon. The woman begged him to change her face, but he refused outright. After all, only criminals would make such a request. Knowing this was her only chance to survive, the woman took off her clothes in front of him, revealing the bruises from being beaten by her husband. After hearing her story, the man decided to help her. He took her to his studio and asked her what kind of look she wanted. At this moment, the woman saw a photo of a beautiful woman in a magazine and decided to undergo surgery to look like her. Meanwhile, the CEO still couldn't find his wife, so he ordered all helicopters and submarines to search for her, and told his subordinates that if the body wasn't found, they would be buried with her. Months later, the woman uncovered the bandages on her face. When she saw the unfamiliar face in the mirror, she almost cried. This was her new life. Finally free from the control of that man, she stayed temporarily at the man's house, feeling she couldn't just live there for free. So she started cleaning, but by accident, she saw a dropped photo. To her shock, the woman in the photo looked exactly like her. The man then stopped hiding and told her the woman in the photo was his deceased wife, who had passed away 5 years ago due to illness. He also told her, if she wanted to live like a normal person, she could pretend to be his wife and restore her identity. Without hesitation, the woman agreed. The man took her to a friend's wedding, planning to reveal her identity to the public. But what the woman didn't expect was, the man's friend was actually her husband's friend.